It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Today, Hot Talk with TV host Sharon Carpenter, comedian Adam Conover, and former Bachelorette Ali Fedotowsky. Plus, just in time for Mother's Day, Dr. Gadget is here with fabulous must-have gifts for Mom. And Wendy's got the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
It's Friday, and it's all about Mother's Day. We have a terrific show planned for you. Julia Roberts is boycotting her sister's wedding. I'll tell you why. Plus, there's a New York housewife by the name of Sonia Morgan who's shacking up with a very young boy. And some surprising Hollywood hookups and breakups. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Happy Mother's Day to everybody watching in TV land. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in our studio audience. I've had such a hectic week that on Mother's Day, I don't want to be bothered with that kid I call son. I'm happy to have him. Now get out. And don't come back until I'm sleeping tonight. That's how I always like to spend Mother's Day. I remember my first Mother's Day, I spent it crying on account of I had 2 5-month miscarriages, little girls. So, you know, well, 2 in the crossroads and my son right here. So I spent that time crying. And then all the Mother's Days after that, I never wanted gifts. I don't really care about going out for breakfast. Every place is too crowded. I don't care about dinner. I remember a couple of Mother's Days ago, they made me one of my favorite breakfasts, which is full-fat banana pancakes with really big fat sausages and the good syrup, you know, the maple syrup. But this year, I want to sleep with the remote in the bed. Yes. This bouquet right here is absolutely gorgeous. I want you to know that this bouquet of flowers is called Make Mom's Day Bouquet. It's available at 1-800-Flowers.com. This garden-inspired arrangement is the perfect way to celebrate Mother's Day. So studio audience, yes, you're all getting one for Mother's Day. Thank you, 1-800-Flowers.com. We love you. I'm really excited to be featured in a magazine that has been a part of, I know, my life since forever. And this is something that I know that would make my mother very proud. Parade magazine. Do you love Parade? I know. Thank you, Parade magazine. Thank you. I feel very special to be part of the Mother's Day issue of Parade. You know how if your mom is old school, it's the little things that mean a lot, like being in Parade. So about Julia Roberts, well, you know, I don't know whether I go along with this story or not. My verdict is out, but Julia is known as being America's sweetheart. But like most of us, she's going through family drama as well. At some point or another, we all go through it. I was reading the National Enquirer, and listen, they've been around for a very long time. So you can't stay around that long and get the wrong stories. So like I was saying, I was reading the National Enquirer, and they're saying that Julia's boycotting her half-sister Nancy's upcoming wedding. Well, sources say that Julia doesn't want to get stuck paying the wedding bill. Well, We tried to find a picture of Nancy, but we couldn't. So apparently Nancy leads a very low-key life, but Julia reportedly doesn't like the groom because Julia feels as though the groom is sponging off his sister. Now, we were just talking yesterday about butting out of your siblings' relationships and family and things like that. However, Julia apparently does have a soft spot for her sister, Nancy. She got her a production job on the hit show Glee. And the groom, and the groom reportedly quit his job at Panda Express. In every good food court in every mall across the country, Panda Express. Anyway, Julia and Nancy are apparently half-sisters. They have, I think, the same mother. But Julia and Nancy got into a heated fight several years ago, also after Julia made cutting remarks about Nancy's weight. See, that's where it stops. I'm more offended by that than I am about not liking the person I'm going to marry. Like, who are you calling fat? Anyway, Julia, is famous for also having a brother named Eric Roberts. Those two didn't speak to each other for years after a giant fight. We all read about that. I don't know what kind of wedding Nancy is going to be having, but if her husband quit his job at Panda Express and Julia got her a job at Glee, it kind of does sound like this is a couple that could potentially be leaning very hard on Julia for financial support and influence. And also, Julia being the celebrity that she is, her opinion about who her sister marries shouldn't matter. But when you're Julia Roberts and all other things can happen if, say, a less than desirable person becomes a part of the family, then you should be concerned. Like, for instance, this is the person who could potentially, this almost brother-in-law, sell stories to the National Enquirer about Julia. Or Julia takes off her wedding set to do the dishes, goes back to the bowl where she keeps it, and the ring is gone. So maybe, all I'm saying is that we don't necessarily have to love the people that our siblings marry, but we should be concerned for how it's going to affect, in her case, her life. Julia, it's not everything in the world for you to attend your sister's wedding. By the way, the sister also wanted her to be a bridesmaid, so you know how I feel about weddings. I got no problem sending a gift and staying home. Just an interesting story. Sherry Shepherd says that she knows the person that she would like to see take Joy Behar's job at The View when Joy leaves the show at the end of the season. By the way, Sherry, this picture is so good. And at first, I was trying to decide when it was taken because Sherry in the face looks the same. And I was saying, well, because I know now she's wearing the short wig. And then I looked at the ring finger and I said, oh, this is before she married Sal. So anyway, and good bracelets and stuff. Anyway, so at the end of the season, when Joy leaves, Sherry thinks that Adrienne Bailon should take Joy's place. Exactly. Sherry, your intentions were good, but shh. Okay, let me remind you of who Adrienne is. I'll go through it. Adrienne was a part of the girl group 3LW, and she also was one of the Disney Channel's Cheetah Girls on the Cheetah Girls show, and she also dated Rob Kardashian in 2007. Rob, you really should work on losing that 40 pounds because I gotta tell you something. You look so good there. Rob, you can get back to that. You can. And while she was dating Rob, you would see her now and again on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But Sherry and Adrienne have never met one another. And so this is what, this is what, you've seen these before. Oh, stop. This is why Sherry feels that Adrienne should be part of The View. She says, a young Latina voice is very underrepresented, so I would love to see a young Latina sitting at the table. Adrienne Bailon would be so great. Okay, well, I understand what she's saying. On talk shows, there is no young Latina voice. But whoever's gonna be replacing Joy would have to be an older person because Joy is old. So, you know. Older Joy. And so I was thinking, not Adrienne, but Rosie Perez. Right? Rosie is our kind of people. She says it like she means it. Yes, she's a 40-something, but she's got a youthful spirit to be able to understand and identify with a 20-something. She's also got a maturity where she understands and identifies with older people. She's right down the middle. She has a political say-so in something. She's an activist. I love Rosie Perez, and her dimples are all that. And there's another Latina that I absolutely love, and that's my friend Marilyn Millian, the judge. Now, you see what I'm saying? Like, you guys never see what's behind the robe, but let me tell you, this is just the start. She's got a great little sense of humor. She's got, she's a mom. She's a busy working woman. She says it like she means it. She's a 40-something, so she's not too young. She's not too old. She would be perfect. I know what you're saying. Well, she already has a job, but I'm saying, if she wanted a different job, I could see Marilyn Millian on The View. That's all. Thank you for your suggestions, Sherry Shepherd. Okay, so there are some new celebrity romance news stories to report. So it's time for hookups and breakups. Hit it! All right. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but having a younger boyfriend is a start. Demi Moore. Okay, but he's not young in the danger zone young. She's 50, and according to the Star magazine, go ahead, laugh. You all are gonna stop judging my sources. According to the Star magazine, Demi is dating a 30-year-old Australian pearl diver and yoga instructor named Will. Now, Ashton is now 35? No, he's young. He's 30? He's 30? Okay. So it's kind of still, I guess, barking up the same young tree. Except this guy has, he thinks that Demi is an amazing woman. This is how it started out with Ashton, too, by the way. They met through yoga, and they were even allegedly overheard making wild sexual noises in the yoga studio sauna. You know what? That's exactly why I roll up my mat and I sweaty, I get in my car and I go home. When you work out, do you use the shower? Can I just see by applaud? Don't be embarrassed. Do you use the shower when you work out? Applaud. No. Uh-huh. You'll learn. Do you sit in saunas? Applaud. Are you scared of germs and camera phones? Yeah. My people, that's all. Anyway, and no word on what that furry thing was on his shoulder. I think that was his yoga mat. I'm not sure. And this right here. Anyway, now it's time for the breakups. According to People magazine, Nina, how do you say her name? Dubrave. She's 24. She's cute. Bless you. She and Ian Somerhalder, he's 34, have broken up after dating for 3 years. Now, this is really awkward. I'll explain who they both are. They're both good-looking people. They're co-stars on the hit show, The Vampire Diaries on the CW. Nina, oh, you love that show. Uh-huh. Nina previously said that she tried not to date her co-star, but couldn't help the feelings that she had for him, so they date. Now see, this is why my advice has always been, I've got a whole workplace drama drama chapter in my new book, Ask Wendy, and I talk about drama at the workplace, and one of the big things I talk about is don't mix love and work together. It very rarely works. It very rarely works. I mean, you know, case in point, and I was telling you, I was married at one point. I worked with somebody. It didn't work out. I couldn't, fortunately, I was a radio DJ, and my hours were after the 9 to 5, so I never had to see him there or anything like that. And that was great. But my thought on romance, even though these days, especially with this economy, most of us are spending so much time in the workplace, you can't help but look at his butt. Or, you know, take him up on that after work drink. But try if you can not to do it, because sometimes it ends really badly. Sometimes it ends nicely though, like my Suzanne. Yeah. Suzanne, right? Suzanne is married to Brendan. They both work here at the show. They met several years ago on the Rosie O'Donnell show. 16 years ago. Yes. They were working together, and now here they are, working together at Wendy. And I never hear you fighting and screaming or anything.
We do that all at home.
Oh, yeah. So see, there's some people mature enough to make it work. In Nina's case, okay, so now they go back to work after dating for 3 years. Do you think that's gonna be awkward on the set of Vampire Diaries for everybody? Exactly. On a side note, she apparently is not dating yet because she looked gorgeous and single at the Met Gala the other night here in New York. Yeah, that's a good dress. Speaking of the Met Gala, Gwyneth Paltrow says that she will never attend the Met Gala again. Don't you all of a sudden love her again? Weren't you not feeling her for a moment when she acted like she was better than all of us and the queen of everything? But the thing is that it's so politically incorrect to say, I will never attend the Met Gala again. Are you kidding? Who says that? Our kind of girl. All right, this is the deal. She says that, number one, she said it was too crowded. She said, number two, it was boiling hot. And number three, she said, not fun. Thank you, Gwyneth. For once, you've said something really normal. When you say something like that, are you automatically banned from being on the cover of Vogue? Because Anna Wintour, that's her, you know, the Vogue ladies' party. Do you still get free clothes from the House of Versace after you say something like that? Like what happens after you diss the Met Gala? I'm really looking forward to the new season of Housewives of New York because, you know, honestly, Jersey is the next franchise out of the gate, but I always forget that New York even has a franchise because, things haven't been the same around there for a couple of seasons. But you remember Sonia Morgan? Yeah. Okay, good. She's 49 years old, and Sonia from New York Housewives has found a new man. Ooh. Well, he's a Manhattan real estate developer, but he's only 23. 23. Well, the couple have only been dating for a month. See, why are you even talking yet, Sonia, if you've only been dating him for a month? That's not called dating, that's called smooshing. With a 23-year-old when you're 49? What do you talk about with him? Anyway, he's already living with her. And no, the worst part of the story is that she's got a 10-year-old daughter. Shaking my head. Life and Style magazine says the reason for the quick move in the relationship is because he can no longer afford his own apartment. You see, I wouldn't really hate, allegedly, this story, allegedly. Look, like this couldn't be me and maybe it couldn't be you, but I'm not sure that I would hate on a 49-year-old woman moving a 23-year-old into her house after a month if there were no children involved, you know? I mean, if the boy lost his apartment, it's not like what are you supposed to do with him? And besides, the move-in is only temporary. I would never have him forward his mail to my house. I wouldn't give him a key to all 4 locks, only the bottom lock. You know how you do that. Anyway, good luck, Sonia, and boy. is anybody taking their mom to the movies for Mother's Day weekend? Well, you should really think it, because I can tell you one that I already finished watching, and that was Peoples, the Tyler Perry movie. Your mom would really like it. That's all I'm saying. And also, oh, and you know, Kerry Washington, by the way, is in that, and so is David Alan Grier, and they'll be here next week. And also, you know, White House Down is in theaters this weekend. It's starring Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. Okay. Channing Tatum plays a Secret Service agent who has to protect the president, played by Jamie Foxx, when the White House is under attack. Now, Jamie says that he's not impersonating President Obama, but we will feel the essence of President Obama. Sidebar, I saw a picture of Channing Tatum walking his dog in one of my magazines. Yes. Ooh. Anyway, if you want to see more of that, White House Down is in theaters on June 28th. Also, I'm very excited. It doesn't come out until October, but I like to talk about it. The Oprah's return to the big screen. You know that movie with Forrest Whitaker and Oprah and Mariah Carey? Like, everybody's in this movie. It's called The Butler. It's the true story of a White House butler, and anticipation has been building after seeing Oprah in the Afro wig. Like, little pictures have been circulating. There she is in the Afro wig. Oh, she goes through a lot of different costume changes. And then here she is smoking and looking lusty with Terrence Howard, all shiny and lusty and smoking and stuff. But even better than that, we've got a sneak peek. And it's our hot clip of the day. Hit it.
You know he got that job himself. The White House called him. He didn't call the White House.
I want to hear all the stories.
I don't know how many stories you're going to hear, because they done swore him to some kind of secret code. I'm so proud of you.
There's this whole black power movement going on. I gave him the green light to gut those sons of bitches.
You know what they're going to do to you? They're going to kill you.
This country treats us like dogs. You're not like the president. You need to go.
What?
Get the hell out of here! I'm sorry, Mr. Butler. I didn't mean to make fun of your hero.
Everything you are and everything you have is because of that butler.
That's such a deep tease, because The Butler doesn't come out until October, but I can't wait to see that movie for a number of reasons, including to see if Oprah takes a deep inhale and blows it out, and what it looks like when Oprah kisses with tongue. We have a great show for you, everybody. Today, studio audience, you are going to love Dr. Gadget. He's here, and he's got some must-have gift ideas for every mother. But up next, it's time for our Hot Talk panel. Stay here, don't go far. Oh, a mess. Okay. It's time to discuss this week's hottest topics in the latest edition of Hot Talk. Joining me this week, the writer and a comedian from collegehumor.com. Say hello to Adam Conover. Adam. And the host of NBC's First Look, Ali Fadowski. And say hello to journalist and co-creator of The Gossip Game on VH1. Give it up for Sharon Carpenter. Welcome. Okay, gang, let's get started. The biggest story of the week is definitely the rescue, the heroic rescue, of the 3 kidnapped women in Cleveland who were held captive for a decade.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Their rescuer is named Charles Ramsey, and his video has gone... See, you're laughing already. This is the point we're making. His video has gone viral. Let's take a look, and then we'll talk.
I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran to a black man's arms. Yeah, give away. My neighbor got big testicles because we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out.
Many people find this type of video hilarious, but there's a blogger by the name of Aisha Harris, and she's at slate.com, and she disagrees. Here's what Aisha says. She says, they play into the most basic stereotype of blacks as simple-minded ramblers living in the ghetto, socially out of step with the rest of educated America. The question to the panel is, do you agree? Adam, we're gonna go to you first.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, that video is funny, but I think it's weird that that's the conversation that happens immediately after a news story like this. Like, this reminds me of Antoine Dodson and the Sweet Brown videos, if you guys remember those.
Of course.
Which, and, you know, yeah, those are funny, but it's ignoring the fact that, like, horrible things happen to these people. Like, Antoine Dodson was, his sister was almost raped, and Sweet Brown, her house burned down.
I don't know. I don't think people are ignoring that, though. I think that's a huge story, and we all applauded when we heard what he did at the beginning and said, what a good guy.
You didn't laugh at his hair and his teeth and his delivery?
Well, when we see that video, yes, but I don't think it's a race issue, though. Yes, maybe it's preying on uneducated people, but I don't necessarily think it's a race issue. Look at Honey Boo Boo. Look at all these, you know, the Duck Dynasty.
The same way, I think it definitely transcends race. And we've also seen other characters who are black, Latino, who have become trending topics and viral videos. Remember the white woman with the glasses who kept talking about her breasts when she was interviewed about a crime that happened in their neighborhood. That was a trending
I'm so
video
glad
as well.
that you all overlooked the race, because in my opinion, this happens to be a black man, but you know, making fun of people with, this is a socioeconomic situation right here.
Yes.
It's not even about race to me. It just so happens that he's black. It also just so happens that we as black people don't have enough great examples to counteract this man with this hair and this speak and stuff. When a white family like Honey Boo Boo is out there, I mean, we look and we say, oh, look at that white family. But white people, you all have so many other bigger, greater examples of greatness. I just feel like it's a shame that Charles is out here like this, and it's a shame that there are people who feel that this is how black people are as a whole.
There's no doubt that racism is an issue in our country, but I don't know that this is where it is necessarily. And there are great people. There's you, there's Oprah, there's Obama,
and there's
there are
President
great
Obama.
people.
Yeah, I mean,
but there's not enough. But there are not enough, and the greatness hasn't been going on for long enough. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, I just think it's odd, though, that, like, the first thing that happened after this, there's so much about this story. These women were held captive for 10 years. How are they kept? All these things. But the first thing that the internet decides to do is auto-tune the guy who found them, like, immediately, within a day? Is that our immediate reflex?
I feel like it's become two separate stories. Charles Ramsey has become a story in himself.
Those songs, by the way, are called memes, when you take something like that and you make something bigger. So.
I like the audience seems to love him. The audience loves him.
But I don't think they're laughing with him. I think that they're laughing at him, because I know I am.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I think he's going to benefit from this exposure. It seems like McDonald's wants to do some kind of...
But see,
McDonald's is trying to track him down. We might see him in the next McDonald's video.
But that's the issue, that the things that people are pointing out are the details, like he talks about McDonald's, he's eating ribs, like all of these details that make you pause and go like, wait a second, this doesn't seem that nice to that guy that we're laughing about this stuff.
It's not that nice to the guy. Let's move on to the next topic. There is a North Carolina high school making news. Students of the high school were told that they could be photographed for their yearbook picture with a prop of their choice that was inspirational in their lives. The directions were, bring something that represents you and helped you achieve something. So there's a student there, her name is Caitlin Tiller, and she brought her 3-month-old son. The school refused to include the photo in the yearbook because it promotes teen pregnancy. Allie, what do you think?
I'm really torn on this one, because, you know, there's shows out there like Teen Mom that I really don't believe in, and I hate that they promote teen pregnancy, and obviously I'm not for that. But at the same time, I'm a new aunt, and, you know, my little baby niece is out back, and I would never want someone to tell me it's not okay.
Is her mother a teenager?
No, she's not, but that mother, that is the most important thing in her life. If the school didn't want her baby in the picture, they should have set guidelines, they should have said the photos had to be approved. They told her 2 days before.
Yeah, that's...
I agree. And I also think that you can actually get a positive message from this. The fact that you can be a teen mom and still go to school. Not drop out of high school, but continue with your education. And I think it places more emphasis on her education.
Yeah, I think the girl took the question very seriously, and it was a mature decision to say what's important to you. She brought her baby. It would have been weirder if she brought like her field hockey stick or some other thing that like showed she was still a child.
There's a part.
I'm being responsible.
But there's a part in the yearbook where there's a special place where you can have pictures of family and friends, and I think that that's where the girl and her baby should have been. And in the something that changed her life, maybe that picture should have been her with the broken condom up in the front of the yearbook. In the back, it should be a picture of her and the baby. Listen. Just because you have a baby when you're a teenager does not mean that your life is going to turn out horrible, on one hand. On the other hand, shows like Teen Mom and having the baby in the yearbook picture do kind of show that there's no consequence or... I don't know.
But we can't shame the mother.
But we're not shaming her. Put it in the back with the rest, with you and your mom and your dad and where the families are.
But give her more than 2 days notice. I mean, that's a mistake on the school's part.
But teen pregnancy is a real thing.
It is a real thing.
It happens, and we have to address it. We can't just sweep it under the rug.
Absolutely.
But it's up to the school and the parents to make it a priority to educate kids on this. And I don't think the photo, that's a whole different story.
Don't you think it's brave to appear in your high school yearbook with your baby?
I think
like,
it's very
you could be sort of mocked by people. I think it takes...
Now, if it was more than one girl, I would say no.
Well, I'm sure it's more than one girl in the school at this particular point.
It's such a sweet photo, you know? I don't know.
Okay, so now, what are we doing? One sign is saying speed up, one is saying 30 seconds left. Are we going into a break and coming back and talking more? What are we doing?
No, just bye-bye.
Oh, bye, everybody. Thank you so much, panelists, for being here. I could have talked and took forever. You guys, for more information on the panelists, go to wendyshow.com. Up next, Dr. Gadget is here with must-have gifts for Mother's Day. Welcome back. Mother's Day is this weekend, and it's not too late to find the perfect gift that your mom will love. Dr. Gadget, our friend, is here, and he's going to walk us through. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Dr. Gadget.
And more importantly, happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful ladies. You look wonderful.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to get into it. I'm pretty excited about this. I brought some amazing stuff, amazing products and opportunities exclusively for your show.
Yes.
From a website called onesale.com. Now, what's cool about them is they are really a human interest story because not only do they have these amazing brands that you're going to see, like electronics, jewelry, just a few hints, housewares, things like that, right? But for the next 24 hours, anybody watching the Wendy Williams show, you can actually get these amazing deals. And these are good gift ideas. You want to get started?
Yes, and the stuff is a lot less expensive than it would be normally. Is that the
yeah,
idea?
And that's the best part because it's the brands that we all want, and it makes affordable for all of us.
At the prices that we love. Okay, first gift.
Okay, every mom, you got to multitask, right?
Yes.
There's no better way to multitask than with a new e-reader. Okay, this is the Kobo Vox 7-inch e-reader, okay? Now, it's not just an e-reader. It's a tablet, it's Wi-Fi. You can actually access the internet, which is Wi-Fi, right? Now,
really?
Here's what's really cool. As a tablet, as a mom, you're going to appreciate it because it has access to thousands of apps, 2.5 million ebooks.
This retails for $200.
Retails $200, but guess what, guys? One sale, they're crazy. Their price is $59. If you're watching Wendy Williams show, you can do it, but guess what?
What?
You guys are taking an e-reader home!
Okay, everybody, let's continue. Okay, let's continue.
That's cool because we've got some things to get. All right, now, I know my wife and I know I've got a 20-year-old daughter. Let me tell you something, for Mother's Day, not too much does more than a little bling. All right.
These are gorgeous.
These are the Shadora gemstones, okay? Shadora is a great gemstone brand, but here's what's cool. These are 1/6 carat of actual gemstone, and we have here blue topaz and amethyst, surrounded, by the way, ladies,
by real diamonds.
1/10 of real diamonds.
These retail for $130.
And one sale's crazy price, oh my God, $29.99 for the next 24 hours.
But
guess what?
What?
You're taking them home! every woman loves a little more power in the kitchen.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
A little more self-control.
Yes.
And how about counter space?
Uh-huh.
Let's do it then with a new...
Okay, wait.
Now this is cool. This is an exclusive package. Can't get rid of. This is the Cuisinart Mini Prep, right? 250 watts of power. We made a little hummus there.
Because sometimes you just don't want to bring that big machine out. There it is right there. No, my mouth is dry from giving stuff away. For the first time, I'm going to say, I'm not hungry. This retails for $139, but at one sale, it's only $49.
Right,
and
but check this out. It also comes with the immersion blender.
I love the immersion blender.
Right, 200 watts, right? All these beautiful colors for the kitchen. And guess what, Wendy?
What, Dr.
You're all
Gadget?
taking it home! Now, I love this, okay? Now, okay, whether you're a new mom or you just got to babysit.
Or you want to call your kids from the other room, or you want to talk to somebody else in the house.
Not only that, you can keep track of them with the highest tech baby monitor you'd ever want to see. All right? Now, this is the Lavana Jenna.
I love this.
This is high tech. Not only can you keep track of the child and interact with them and talk to them, you can keep track of the temperature in the nursery.
This is
okay?
perfect.
So if you're babysitting, not only that, guys, 500 feet away, wireless, 5 pre-programmed lullabies. All right?
Oh, that's beautiful.
This retails for $259. Wendy, what is their crazy price?
At one sale, it's only $99.
It's ridiculous.
But...
All right, you're taking it home!
Let's get to this final thing.
All right, now, every woman has to be on time, regardless, right?
Absolutely.
And there's only one way to do that, and that's with your brand new watch. Now, this is the Arco Bus. This watch is 2 time zones, scratch-resistant crystal,
this is
okay,
beautiful.
Stainless steel, and 2-tone.
Yeah, this is silver
rose
and
gold,
gold.
Silver, and guess what?
Regular gold.
This watch retails for $495, but I don't think they have much to worry about, do you?
No, because guess what? You're all going home. Thank you, Dr. Gadget. It worked. Woo! Everybody, our at-home viewers can go to my Facebook page for more information about these fabulous gifts. Keep it here. Up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. Hi.
Hi, Wendy. I'm Micheline.
Hi,
How
Micheline.
you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing well.
My daughter is 17 years old. Her senior prom is in 2 weeks.
Uh-oh.
And she wants to go to an after party that is till 6 o'clock in the morning, but
Okay.
I want her to come home at 3:30.
Oh, wow, that's reasonable.
Yes, Wendy, she is begging me to stay out all night.
However,
what do you think I should do?
let her stay out.
Okay.
Because to me, all night means 6 a.m. because we start seeing the sun now at 6, right?
Yeah.
So is it okay for her to come in at 6 a.m.?
I wanted her to come at 3:30, but...
Mom, if she's gonna smush, she can smush at 9 o'clock at night or midnight.
You're right about that.
If she's gonna do any underage
Right.
drinking or whatever it is that kids do, she can do that at 8 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. Let her, is she going to college?
Yes.
She's a
she
good
is.
girl?
Yes.
Let her stay until 6 a.m. But be waiting for her at the front door, looking at your new watch. Keep it here, everybody. Another Ask Wendy right after this message. Welcome back. We're still doing Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine,
I'm
thanks.
Dana.
Hi, Dana.
I have a 23-year-old son who came back home from college about 3 years ago.
Oh.
He's a complete slob. His dirty clothes are on the floor. His dirty dishes are in the sink. Even the clean clothes I give him are on the floor.
Okay.
All right? I'm constantly asking him to clean up. He just says, Mom, I'll get to it, and I have to do it because I'm tired of looking at it. So tell me exactly when I should just change the locks on my door.
Oh, well, Dana, so he came home 3 years ago. He was 20. Did he actually graduate?
He did not.
He did not graduate.
No.
So he tricked up your money.
Basically.
Okay, it happens.
Yeah.
Does he have a job?
A part-time job.
Is he working at a respectable place in his potential major?
No.
Okay, so he is not, he's kind of disappointing you in terms of what you dreamt for him at this particular point
Well,
at
yeah,
23.
because we always want more for our children.
Yes,
so I
yes.
want more.
But you wanted a degree.
Absolutely.
And at this point, a job in his career.
Absolutely.
And on top of not doing either one of those, he's a slob?
Yes.
And you're cleaning up after him?
Yes.
Okay, the first thing is that he's got to respect, at the very least, the common space in the house. There's no leaving stuff in the dining room, living room, family room, in the sink. We don't want to see that. As far as his bedroom, don't go in there and clean up. You keep that door closed and keep the window open and some Febreze. And your son is taking advantage of your kindness. And I would say to you that you give him 6 months to move out. He's got to find a way to support himself. I would say 6 minutes, but you know, in this economy, your boy's got to find a job where he can support himself, and he's got to find roommates to live with or someplace to live, because it's not going to be at your house. And in 6 months from the time you have this, from Mother's Day, okay, then he's got to move out, all right? Good luck, Dana. We'll be right back, everybody. Keep it here. Yeah. Welcome back. I love my staff because they surprised me with this. I had no idea. Thank you, staff. It's a massage for Mother's Day. Listen, right now, my Bliss spa massage is being performed by massage therapist. A little harder, Ivy. Yeah, no, I have thick skin and big bones. A little to the left. If I were in the privacy of my own massage room, my wig would be removed so she could really get it in there. This feels really good. Listen, we have a surprise for everyone in our studio audience. You're all going home with a Bliss Spa at-home set. So you too can have a relaxing Mother's Day. Thank you, Bliss Spa. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Now I feel like a nap. I had a great time today. Thank you for watching. I want to thank my guests and my co-host. On Monday, we've got the always enjoyable Gabourey Sidibe and comedian Colin Quinn. Have a wonderful, happy Mother's Day weekend. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.